Well, just 30 minutes ago, we got some absolutely devastating news for anybody out there who's a Tesla shareholder, anybody out there who is a fan of electric vehicles and the electric vehicle wave, anybody who's a fan of Elon Musk. Some really bad news just happened. So we got to talk about if Elon Musk is done at Tesla now. Basically, he's being sued by the SEC. We're going to talk about what that actually means, and it's really bad, guys. It's really bad. I'm obviously a Tesla shareholder. I'm going to talk about if I've already sold out my shares or if I'm going to sell out my shares. We got a lot to get into here in today's video, guys, but this is bad news nonetheless. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has been sued by the Securities and Exchange Commission for fraud, according to court documents filed Thursday. Sources close to the company told CNBC that the company was also expecting to be sued, okay? Though Tesla was not named as a defendant in the complaint. The SEC complaint alleges that Musk issued false and misleading statements and failed to properly notify regulators of material company events. The SEC plans to hold a press conference here within about 15 minutes from me recording this video. In August, Musk tweeted that he considered taking Tesla private, adding the funding secured. The tweet spurred obviously a scandal ridden for Tesla, and Tesla shares blew up that day. They went to $380 something a share. According to Musk, he calculated the $420 price share based on a 20% premium over that day's closing share price and thought 20% was a standard premium in a going private transaction. The SEC alleged in the suit. This calculation also resulted in a price of $419, and Musk stated he rounded that price to $420 because he recently learned about the number's significance in marijuana culture and thought his girlfriend would be a funny thing, basically. It's bad, guys. It's bad. Tesla's board of directors initially formed a special committee to evaluate the take-private proposal, but Musk ultimately called off privatization plans back in August 24th, as you guys know, okay? As of right now, looking at Tesla stock is down over 8.5% after hours, okay? This is coming from the SEC now. Musk made his false and misleading public statements about taking Tesla private using his mobile phone in the middle of an active trading day, the SEC said. He did not discuss the content of the statements with anybody else prior to publishing them to over his 22 million Twitter followers and anyone else who has access to the internet. He also did not inform the NASDAQ that he intended to make this public announcement as NASDAQ rules required. All right, so this is a really bad situation, guys. Basically, what all this means is Elon Musk is obviously being accused by the SEC of misleading investors. So what this means is the SEC is seeking an order that will no longer ever allow Elon Musk to serve as a chief executive officer or officer of any kind or a director of any kind of any public company ever again for as long as he lives, which means his days of being the CEO of Tesla are effectively over, guys. Effectively over, okay? We're going to talk about if he has any role in Tesla. We're going to get into that. Now, a lot of people, were kind of like, they believe, I'm so bullish on Tesla. And they're like, when I bought my Tesla shares here, what was that, 3 weeks ago or whatever, I bought $10,400 worth. And people were like, why not go super heavy? Why not, you believe in this company so much. Why not load up on a ton of shares of Tesla? And my thing was, this was my spec stock. And it's a scary stock because of this whole thing was still behind the stock. You never knew if the dominoes could fall. So what this means is basically Chief Executive Officer Elon Musk is done at Tesla. Now, from what I have seen, it does not mean that he cannot work for Tesla anymore or he can't be involved with the company. Basically what it means is there's going to be a complete overhaul in the board of directors of Tesla likely, all right? Also, once again, he's not going to be able to be Chief Executive Officer of this company or any public company ever in the future. And so the big question is, will Elon Musk, be willing to take a lower role at Tesla, here down the road when all this fallout kind of ends, will he be willing to take a lower role? I think it would be obviously a very beneficial thing for him, for the company. I think his role is important with the company. You know, chief executive officer, that can be run by somebody who, you know, doesn't, I don't know, you know, tweet crazy stuff in the middle of the day that the company's going private or something like that. You know, you can get someone in there that can be very helpful in that respect. But Elon Musk should really have still some type of role at Tesla, in my opinion. He's helped the company get to where it's at. He's built an unbelievable brand, an unbelievable excitement around electric vehicles and self-driving vehicles. I think it would be sad if he had no role at Tesla. If he can't be CEO, he can't be a CEO, but he should have some type of role in the company. I think also shareholders, if you're a Tesla shareholder out there, you're a Tesla supplier, I think just the fact that Elon Musk would still be working at the company would make you feel comfortable that this guy, the grand visionary, can still at least have a role in the company. Maybe he doesn't have that CEO role anymore. Maybe he's not the chairman of the board anymore and have those type of titles, but at least giving a positive impact to the company in the terms of executing the grand vision he has from this company for, you know, the last decade. So that's the question. Will he be willing to, you know, take a much lower role and stay on with the company? But once again, he's not going to be able to be the chief executive officer of Tesla, it looks like, and he's not going to be allowed to be a public officer of any kind for any public companies in the future. So now, as far as me, am I going to go ahead and sell off my shares? Have I already sold off my Tesla shares and whatnot? This is obviously you know, a huge question. I'm super bullish on Tesla. I believe in the company so much for the future. You know, and once again, I'm just dissecting this information. Like I just got this information like 15 minutes ago, so it's not like I've had a ton of time to think over this. Where my head is at right now is I think I'll just hold the stock. Okay, my cost basis is like $263 or $264 or something. I think I'll just hold the stock for now. And once again, this is my spec stock, so being my one spec stock out there, you kind of got to be willing to go through everything when you hold a stock like that. The positive, the negative. I think this company still has a great opportunity in front of it to become a massive Goliath company someday. But in the short term here, this is going to be a mess because basically Elon Musk is likely going to have to step down from the board, from being CEO. We're not going to know if he's going to have any role with the company anymore. What type of fine is he going to have to pay? You know, are they going to try to pursue jail time of any time or of any kind or anything like that? Like, there's going to be a mess here in the short term. There's going to be a lot of volatility. There's going to be a lot of news stories, some accurate, some not accurate. And so right now in the short term, Tesla is going to be an absolute mess. But when you look at it from a long-term future, I still think this company has an unbelievable opportunity in front of them. They've got to get someone that can be CEO in a very professional manner, obviously, but they got to get somebody that can also be a visionary for the company. So not just somebody that's a penny pincher or somebody that is just thinking about the numbers. They got to have somebody run that company who you know, can do a very good job. When I look at a couple people, I think of Sheryl Sandberg over there at Facebook. She's the number 2 at Facebook behind Zuckerberg. She's done an amazing job with that company over the years. Although, you know, Facebook's been involved with some stuff in the past, they've still built that company into being a massive company, and they should be, you know, into the future. When I think about what Tim Cook has done with Apple, you know, when he took over for Steve Jobs was obviously the visionary of the company. Apple's done nothing but succeed more and more than ever thought possible since Tim Cook took over. He's done an amazing job kind of helping execute the visions that Steve Jobs had in place there. So we need somebody that can help execute the visions for Tesla going forward. But this is bad news, guys, just across the board. You know, sad day for Tesla shareholders, sad day for Tesla suppliers, sad day for anybody who's excited about electric vehicles, self-driving vehicles, because you know, it looks like literally Elon Musk is going to be likely done at Tesla, at least from the executive roles and board of directors. Like I said, it's possible he could maybe take a lower ranking position that's not a CEO position or an officer of any kind or director of any kind. But once again, we don't know if he'll want to take that, or he'll butt heads with people and things like that, you know, because it's one thing to be in charge of the full company. Then all of a sudden you have to take a way lower role, you know, with the company, and you know, the CEO says, oh, you're doing this wrong and that wrong. And then all of a sudden you're like, hey man, you know, this is my vision here. You're taking away from my vision. It's a mess, guys. It's a mess. It's bad news. That's all I have to say is bad news. Anyways, I want to hear your guys' opinion down there in that comment section. Thank you for watching and have a great day.